What causes us to want more and more of something? What actually creates addictive behavior? Social media, video games, casinos, they have all figured out what compels human behavior. There is a predictive formula for how to cause someone to constantly keep craving and wanting more and more of something. What's fascinating is that there are certain women that embody these behaviors naturally. You have seen these women. These women have every single man completely spellbound by them. They have men eating out of the palm of their hand. They have men under their influence. If you want to know what behaviors make up this formula, then stick around because it's all coming up right now. Hi, welcome back to the Vibration Vault. My name is Ali Azuri. I help women all over the world navigate their love life in a more feminine way. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, make sure to subscribe to stick around. Okay, let's begin. Now, I know that the word addiction has this negative connotation attached to it, like when you are addicted to drugs or when you are addicted to some sort of destructive behavior. You can also become addicted to constructive behaviors, things that put you in a healthy habit, things like healthy eating, things like exercising, things like dieting. So the first behavior is a behavior that's going to get a man to want to spend more time with you. In fact, it's going to make him want to spend all of his time with you. And honestly, it's very simple. All it is that he has to feel good. Now, what feels good to a man isn't the same as what feels good to a woman. Let me give you an example. With the women that I coach, I ask them to close their eyes and I ask them to visualize what it is that their perfect relationship looks like. And 9 times out of 10, every single woman says the same thing. They tell me that they see their perfect relationship, the feelings that they feel in that relationship are feelings of safety, of security. Honestly, it's fascinating because if you do that same exercise with a man and you tell him to shut his eyes and visualize what his perfect relationship looks like, you will be pressed to find a man who says they want to feel safe and secure in that relationship. A vast majority of men are not saying that. Why? Because a woman moves through life, the vast majority of her life, with safety on her mind. It is innate to her. It is built into her. It goes back to evolutionary times where a woman needed security, and as do women now need security in order to feel safe and protected. And they needed that in order to reproduce. Men, on the other hand, for the most part, are feeling safe, are feeling secure. What a man will say that he wants in a relationship is fun. So what feels good to a man in a relationship is having fun. The more fun that you are creating, the more fun that you are having together, the more likely he is to become addicted to that experience and addicted to spending time with you. And he will become addicted to those experiences because it's going to feel better. It's going to feel good for him. And as a result, when it feels good for him, he is going to desperately cling on to do whatever you need him to do in order to make you feel safe and secure, to make your wishes fulfilled. So, what I want you to do is the next time you are hanging out with your partner, I want you to consider how much of your day-to-day interaction with him is based on fun. How much of it is based on lighthearted enjoyment? How much of your interaction is based on building your friendship with him? And then compare it to how much of your relationship with your partner is based on having disagreements, is based on having arguments, is based on debating very heavy, serious topics which are causing conflict in your relationship. Or how much of your interaction is spent discussing very depressing topics, maybe very depressing stories from both of your past, and you're trying to find some sort of common ground to connect on. Whilst to you, it might feel like you're forming this connection and this bond with him by talking about all of these deep and emotional and serious topics. What you're really doing is you're missing out on the fun aspect. Remember that love is the highest form of friendship. Just take a minute and look at all of your friendships with your girlfriends. All of those friendships, every single one, will be built on fun. When you hang out, you will reminisce on those really fun memories, that really fun holiday you went on together, that really funny evening you went out to dinner together. The friendship is built on fun experiences. The love is inevitable after that. When you have fun with someone, the love is always there. You have memories with them. You have a timeline with them. You are creating fun. That is what you need to focus on in your relationship. The second behavior is investment. Now, as humans, we are wired to value something more the more effort we have put into it. Let me give you an example. The Harvard Business Review studied the Swedish furniture maker IKEA, and they coined this term called the IKEA effect. IKEA has you assemble your own furniture, which helps keep the prices low. People who assemble their own furniture have a disproportionately higher value on the furniture simply because they have made it themselves. They desire it more and want to look after it more and keep it for longer because they have made it. Basically, they desire it more because they have had to invest more into it. And the same thing is true in relationships. When you make an investment into something, you value it more. It's the same way that you will value a longer relationship as opposed to a shorter relationship because you've invested more time. You've invested more of your emotions. You've invested more of your heart. So how can you invite a man to invest into your relationship? First of all, it's by holding standards. Your standards are an opportunity for him to invest into you. You get to decide your standards. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you are going on a date and you are going on a date with this man and he's picked you up from yours and you make your way to the restaurant. However, you're running very, very late and you get to the restaurant and he says to you both, the waiter says to you both, I'm so sorry. Your table has been given away to someone else. You are too late for your reservation. Now, in this moment, your date says to you, how about you and I just go over to that fast food chain over there, KFC, and go and get a quick bite to eat. In this moment, he is categorizing where your standards are, how much you will tolerate, how much he will have to invest into you, and how much energy he will invest into you, and how easy is it for you to break down these high standards. Because whether he be a good man or a bad man, and he is, not going to make a great husband, or he is going to make a great husband, every single man will try to get you for less. Everybody wants to feel like they have got the best offer, the best deal with the most beautiful woman. Here is an opportunity for you to stand firm in your standards. Your answer here is going to determine how he is going to treat you. If you play the cool girl and you say something along the lines of, yes, darling, that's absolutely fine. We can go there and get a bite to eat. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just so excited to be spending time with you. Now you are showing him that your standards are on the floor. Your standards are so low that just this minor inconvenience of a table not being available, you are ready to drop the standard so far to the ground. Now he will take you for a ride. Now any other standards that you want to enforce, he's not going to take that seriously. So instead, you would use option 2, obviously, and you would go into your feminine energy and you would say something along the lines of, oh, is that even considered a restaurant? I've never really eaten there. I'm very picky with what type of food I put into my body. Perhaps you and I should just find another restaurant. There are so many around here. I'm sure they will be able to find a table for us. And if not, we can just try doing something else another time. Holding your standards high means that now he is given a chance to invest in you. This causes him to value the relationship so much more. Now, even if you are watching this and you don't have a partner and you are looking for a partner, you can still start to do this now by creating standards for yourself as a single woman, things that you hold yourself to. Let me give you an example of this. I only drink bottled water. I don't drink tap water. If there's only tap water, I won't drink it. Even if I'm very, very thirsty, I just won't. That's a small standard that I hold for myself. You can implement standards like that too. Say if you are someone who likes exercising, you get up regardless, no matter which day it is, no matter where you are in the world, you get up at 7 a.m. to go to the gym. That's your time for your exercise. That's what you do. Or maybe you have a ginger shot every single morning. When a man sees that you are holding yourself to your own high standards, he has no choice but to mirror the standards that you hold yourself to, and he will hold you to those standards too. He will only buy you bottled water. He will make sure that you're up at 7 a.m. for your gym class. He will buy you your ginger shot in the morning that you have every single day, because he knows that you would do the same for yourself. If you need help deciding what type of standards would be suitable for you and how to enforce these standards, then you can click the link below on this episode. I have a link for a one-on-one coaching call that we can discuss all of this together and make a tailor-made plan. Okay, the third behavior is rewards. Now, don't feel obliged to give your man a reward when you don't feel comfortable doing so. Rewards should be something you feel good about giving and something that he feels good receiving. Now, rewards make the investment worth it. What happens is it creates this pleasure loop. He's having fun, making an investment, and then he gets a reward, which makes him want more. Most often, women think of sex as a reward. And whilst that's obviously a great reward, there are many other different types of rewards, like emotional and psychological rewards, which are very, very effective. In fact, there's almost absolutely nothing that is more valuable to your man than appreciation and validation. Acknowledge him for something that he has done. Let me give you an example. Let's say you really, really want to go and get your hair done, and you have found an amazing colorist, and she is an hour and a half away from you, and he offers to drive you there. He comes to yours and he picks you up and he drives you all the way there, and he waits with you whilst you get your hair done, and he's very patient, and then he drives you all the way back, and he gets you some lunch during the day, and he gets you dinner in the day, and he makes it a very pleasant experience. Yes, he's your partner and he's your boyfriend, and you may feel like he is obliged to do these things for you, but say thank you, appreciate him. Tell him how grateful you are to have him. Tell him how amazing the day has been and how fun he has made it. Acknowledge the kind things he does for you. Don't be entitled. Don't start to expect things. Be grateful when he does do things for you, and it will encourage him to do more of this for you. Now, praising him is very important for this reward system to work, but be careful of just praising him on superficial things. The praise that you are giving him needs to be tailored towards appreciation and validation on the things he has done for you. Avoid too much praise or just sole praise on what he looks like. Yes, it's amazing to praise him and say, wow, you are the most handsome man in the world. You are, the most beautiful man. All of these things about his appearance are great once in a while, from time to time. Most of the praise needs to be on what he does for you, because then he's going to want to do more of that for you. If you only praise him on what he looks like, he's going to subconsciously start to think, okay, well, now I'm this hot shot, so now I don't really have to do too much for her to impress her, because surely my looks are enough, when really, obviously, it's not. So that is a wrap for today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to hit the thumbs up down below and let me know in the comments, are you already someone, a woman, who possesses these behaviors naturally, or are you a woman who's now going to start implementing these behaviors and get your man completely spellbound and under your influence? So until next time, mwah, I love you, bye.